Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we had Tower of Grey, where the gang found a stand user on the plane that they were taking to Egypt, and they had to deal with that. Eventually, Joseph had to crash the plane. This is the third crash he's been in his entire life. And they did defeat the stand user, and they realized that they're either going to have to go to Egypt on boat or by land. They have opted to go by boat, and then they ran into another stand user who has a stand called Silver Chariot, and then he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna fucking kill you," starting with Avdol. So, yeah, that was that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say that if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link, that will take you to the reaction where you can watch it, hopefully have a good time. When you're done with that, you can pop right back over here for the discussion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. Alrighty, that was episode 5 of Stardust Crusaders. Man, you know, it's at this episode that I realized, man, we're gonna take a while. We are definitely going to take a while. More than even in part 2. Like, man, this is, it's gonna be a while. But that's alright, We're gonna savor it, you know? We're gonna savor it. Oh, hello. That works. Okay, so the description here on Netflix says the guy's name. Polnareff. Okay, I will try to get that down. Polnareff. Gotcha. Interesting episode. Definitely an interesting episode. Another good fight. We got to see a lot of Avdol, which is pretty cool. Now, it's interesting that, you know, Silver Chariot is, you know, you kind of market him as being, you know, precise and fast and stuff, and that's great, but we already kind of have our precision, you know. Star Platinum has kind of been our the one for precision, but I guess this is just different precision, you know. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, so we had Polnareff, who is an interesting fellow. I do like that, you know, I don't know, like, it is definitely at least a different fighting style than Star Platinum, you know, especially because he has such a thin sword, whereas, you know, even though, yes, Star Platinum has been, you know, he's precise, you know, he can catch a bullet, he can take out one of Dio's mind bugs. It's not just like he has that, but then when he just goes in and attacks, you know, he's just throwing, you know, haymakers basically. Like, he goes nuts with a barrage of attacks. So I like that the attacks are a lot more precise and faster with Silver Chariot. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, and he was not only able to slice through 5 coins, but also slice through flames, which was pretty cool. I did like that. It was a great fight between him and Avdol, so that was pretty nice. An interesting setting for the park, being, you know, where we were for the fight. I did like that. I liked the park. I don't know. I almost feel like they didn't do too much with the park, though. It's like, okay, yes, it was an open space, so Avdol could use the flames of Magician's Red, you know, much easier without, you know, pretty much destroying so many things. But at the same time, it's like, well, you didn't really do anything. Like, we came to, like, this Wonderland park, you know, and it's like, yeah, the most we did was the statue, you know, which I did like. I liked Avdol using the statue, and I like how he says, you know, I have complete control over the flames, you know, so if you try to use my flames back at me, I'll just get rid of them. I'll just do something else with them, because that's the kind of power I have, you know? So, I'm setting a video to public, so that's why I'm kind of looking away real quick. Why do I have 3 notifications? Who's talking? Oh, okay. No, this is, people are just replying to a tweet that I posted yesterday. That's alright. So that. Okay. Anywho, so yeah, the statue was very clever. Well, first off, it was just, you know, it was such like a weird thing. It's like, oh, now I've made a statue, you know, with my precision. It's like, okay. Like, I gotta say, he's definitely the oddball of the bunch. He kind of reminds me a bit of Part 2 Joseph, you know? And especially, you know, at the end when even Joseph has to call you out and be like, oh, well, he has 2 brains, and the one in his pants started thinking. And it's like, Joseph, don't you fucking pot calling the kettle black, hello? Like, Joseph, that was you. The only reason you're not doing that is because you're an old man and you're happily married, you know? Oh my gosh. Of course, honestly, I bet the old man part probably wouldn't stop Joseph Joestar. It's the happily married. That's the thing. He's not gonna go, I guess he's not gonna be unfaithful to Susie Q. So, anyway. But yeah, the statue I thought was very... It was just like weird at first, and it's like, I've made a statue of Magician's Red. And it's like, okay. I mean, I guess that shows how precise and fast Silver Chariot is, but still, weird. But I did like how Avdol used that to his advantage, so that was pretty cool. We got Crossfire, which is Avdol's, I guess, super move, you know? Which I really did like. So yeah, he throws just burning Ankhs at him. And I like how he can also make a bunch of them and throw it. So that was pretty cool. I wrote down layers. Ogres have layers. But yeah, that was also pretty interesting. That, yeah, Silver Chariot, like, yeah, he can take a lot of hits, but he also has armor on. There's something underneath all that armor, the real Silver Chariot. So that was really, really cool. And then, without the armor, he becomes a lot more precise, but a bit more vulnerable. So, excuse me. So yeah, that was really cool. And I like that, yeah, you know, his whole thing is speed, maybe even more than, so I guess for all of them, it's, I'm trying to, like, think of, like, how to best describe each of their fighting styles, where, I guess for Jotaro and Star Platinum, it's more power, but he can, like, Star Platinum can be precise in other things, but for the most part in fighting, he's power. For Kakyoin and Hierophant Green, it's stealth. I don't really know, maybe for Avdol and Magician's Red, it might be more strategy, I would say. Like, you know, he also has power, but so does Star Platinum. And Star Platinum may even be stronger, but for Avdol, his strength may honestly come from his strategy more than anything else. And then Joseph, we haven't seen anything of Joseph fighting, so hopefully we get that sometime. But we haven't even seen, like, if he can actually, like a stand actually comes out of him, or if it's just the friggin' thorns, you know? So, and then for Silver Chariot, it's all speed. So I like that. We have strength, stealth, strategy, and speed. And Joseph. Joseph, what is his fighting style? It's Joseph. Because what the fuck else would it be? Honestly, if it's just like, because, you know, I bring this up a couple times. We kind of see, I think in the intro, Joseph, like, using the thorns of his stand as a weapon. Well, if Joseph Joestar is good at anything, it's using something as a weapon. So honestly, this might be, you know, really great for him. You know, his stand is just another weapon that he can attack with, you know? So I like that. And then, yeah, I did like Silver Chariot. I forgot the name for a sec. I like Silver Chariot, you know, using the after images, and Avdol really having to strategize in order to beat him. And he did win. I like that, too. That even though, yes, Silver Chariot has this incredible speed, Avdol is still better. So I like that. I wrote down 2 rights. Polnareff is looking for a guy with 2 right hands, which is interesting. So yeah, and I like how, he says like, oh, why do you never take off your gloves, Mr. Joestar, Monsieur Joestar? And I like, Joseph taking off the glove, showing his prosthetic hand, and being like, yeah, I lost this in an intense battle 50 years ago. Yeah, it's like, I lost my hand in a battle with the god of all vampires that I threw into space with the help of a Nazi. Long story, go watch part 2. It's like, I do like that, any sort of callback to part 2 and stuff. But yeah, so Polnareff is looking for the guy who raped and killed his sister. Also, when it's like, oh, well, her friend survived and she told me everything that happened, it's like, you just said her chest exploded. Like, how do you survive that, But yeah, just some motherfucker with 2 hands. He's got some sort of he's got some sort of umbrella stand that keeps him dry in the rain. And then he raped and murdered Polnareff's sister. It's like, well, geez, all right. But it is interesting that, that led him to Dio. And Dio was like, hey, I could use you to my advantage. You go out and kill Joseph and Jotaro and all of them. You go kill them. I will find this guy for you. And now it seems like, they're basically saying like, oh, well, Dio may actually like get control of this guy. And then that's why Polnareff wants to join them. So that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, we have our gang, a gang of 5, which from the intro and outro, from the opening and the ending that we have on each episode, I think we're done. I think it's just going to be the 5 of them. These 5 very muscular men. So yeah, we will have to see where we are going with this next time, though. But that's basically it. Good episode. Really enjoyed it. Great fight. Really loved it. And I'm excited to see where we are going next time. So yeah, that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.